Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature somewhere and to remember to be kind to everyone, and not just the month of December because Christmas, or even October because well, actually November because of Thanksgiving, but be kind all the time, every day when you go out. Really just go out of your way to, try to make somebody smile, say hello, say a kind word, because that's how you're going to be the change that you want to see in the world. Is get out of yourself. Don't worry about what anybody thinks. And looks are deceiving when it comes to this, because you might see somebody, they look scary or grumpy or sad, but you'd be surprised when you give a kind word how they're going to respond. So anyway, I do love you, and I hope you're able to get out in nature and be kind, like I said, and make sure you're eating the right kind of food. Drink plenty of water, but not the faucet water. Please do not drink your faucet water unless it's protected, that it's clearing out all the garbage that they put in our water, like fluoride and who knows what else. So anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. You could find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you can give this video a thumbs up, and you could share my video with your family, friend, your cat, your dog, a squirrel. Yeah, sure, you could share my videos with your pet squirrel. Well, Starlight had a pet squirrel. Why not? And also, you can follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman. And don't forget to check out the playlist on my YouTube channel, because there's a lot of different topics on my YouTube channel, and you never know what you're going to find. You might not even know what certain things are, so hey, just push the play button and check those out, like what is a twin flame, and the archangels in the universe, and all those kind of different topics. So anyway, I want to jump into this new topic, and it is because this time of year we are getting closer and closer to the Christmas day. So I did make a video similar to this not too long ago, but we really need to touch this video on this topic again, but in a different way. Is there's lots of masters out there, and so what master are you serving? That is the question. Is there's people that either believe in God or don't believe in God, or some of them are kind of like wondering, do I believe in God? And this is how this whole thing works with society, the way we've been lied to from the beginning of time, is that from the beginning, long time ago, like even Jesus was being, look at all the stuff they did with Jesus, because that's God's son. So they've been trying to shut people out, and Jesus really woke us up, to the truth of really what is going on. And ever since, there's been people after Jesus that has been going around trying to help people to understand that the reality that you're in is not exactly what you think to believe, because you have been lied to. Now, some of you might not understand that, and so, like with Santa Claus, where did Santa Claus come from? The reason why they created a Santa Claus, yes, long time ago, there was a Saint Nick that went around and helping people out and, like doing that. But, they came up with Santa Claus to take away from God, to celebrate Jesus' birthday. So that is the real reason for the season for December, is to celebrate God's son's birthday, Jesus Christ. That's when he was born, and there's not, from what I know, is nobody really quite knows exactly the day, but we do celebrate December 25th to celebrate his birthday. So a lot of people out in this world has taken a big advantage of this about giving gifts, because Jesus received gifts when he was a baby, and I never understood why were we getting gifts, so, and there's a devil and there's a God out there, and there's Satan and there's God out there. So who are you serving? In this world, in this reality, a lot of people are serving both. In their house, I've been in many people's house for my cleaning business, and it was interesting. There was a lot of people that went to church. They went to church, I don't know, maybe every Sunday or, when they could or whatever. And there's different degrees on that, with different churches. Some of them, they demand that you're there every time that the doors are open, or you're gonna hear about it. And then they have other churches that are more relaxed about it, where they don't, but a lot of churches are taking the people's free will away and trying to control them and tell them what to do. But really, you think about it, like with Santa Claus. Now, there's a song that when I was little, my family, we would take a ride together, and I would sit in the back with my brothers, and of course I was the only girl at that point, and then my sister came along later. But before my sister came along, my brothers and I would sit in the back, and my mom would sit, my mom would be driving, of course, because my dad really couldn't see to drive, and my dad would be in the passenger seat. And, we were getting all excited, getting all ready for Santa Claus and getting ready for Christmas Day, and, doing that countdown, like how many more days till, Santa Claus is going to be coming. And, we were told that we had to be good or Santa Claus wasn't going to be coming. Well, it is kind of funny, the songs that they created over Santa Claus, where God is the all-living God, the creator of all. He knows everything, can see what you're doing, knows, whether you're being naughty or nice, But it is funny, isn't it? Kind of weird that, oh, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He knows when you're asleepin'. Oh, he knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been bad or good, so you better be good for sake. Oh, and then it just keeps on going. Now, isn't that weird that they're like replacing God with Santa Claus? So I'm not sure who you worship at this time of year. Maybe you're one of those people, and I'm not here to judge you. I'm trying to help you to understand that we have been lied to. And I just did make a video not too long ago, is are you being honest with your kids when it comes to these holidays? We all know that there's not a Santa Claus that is flying out in the sky somewhere with the reindeer, with Rudolph in the front, and, there's a bunch of elves running around with green outfits with funny, goofy hats on, I have never seen Santa Claus on a sleigh up in the sky, and how did Santa Claus get down the chimney? Aren't they using that, that wood stove to keep the house warm, and wouldn't Santa kind of get stuck in the chimney? So, it is something how we, like if you celebrated Christmas with your kids like I did when my kids were really little, but believe me, Starlight didn't last long, and my daughter was like 5 years old when I actually let her know that I'm sorry. That was the only lie that I did with my kids, was to tell them about these holidays and pretending that there was a Santa Claus that never existed. So, like I felt really guilty because I started going to church and started learning the real reason why we celebrate Christmas, why, all this stuff. So, I did not come from a family that went to church. Absolutely not. My mom and dad didn't go to church. They didn't drag me to church when I was little. I had to figure that out when I was little, when a church family came to knock on my dad's door, And they asked my dad if we could go to church and that they would come and pick us up. So one of my brothers and I actually did, and maybe my other brother did it for a short little period of time. But Starlight was all excited because I got to get away from the house, get around other people, other families, and they treated me really good at this church. I got to do some arts and crafts, and then later on in my life, like in 2000, actually 1995 is when I started to go to a First Baptist church. And, here I was, decorating for the, Christmas time. And really Starlight didn't have a lot of money to even do that, with 2 kids, being a single mom and working at Burger King, flipping Whoppers. I was the Whopper queen, making Whopper sandwiches. Nasty. So anyway, at that time, I started learning that, oh my, I was upset when I was little, like I put in that video before, and I'm not going to explain all that. So if you want to find out about that, is that you can check out my other videos. Are you, being honest with your kids, and that's about Christmas, are you lying to your kids like everybody else, not everybody, but a good portion of the people do, because they have been programmed to do this repeatedly through generation after generation, where there are other people out there that do not celebrate with Santa Claus, or they might not even celebrate even with Jesus' birth. So why do you celebrate Christmas, Or are you that type of family that has one tree for Santa Claus, because I've seen this many times cleaning people's houses where I'm like, oh, that's Santa Claus's tree. And because this family would go to church, brought their kids to church. They learned about Jesus because I also seen the nativity scene in their house. They had baby Jesus and they had the shepherds and, all that stuff all set up, in one area. And then another area in their house, they had Santa Claus and the reindeer. I didn't see a whole lot of elves going around, but, so how are you celebrating, for the holidays? Do you have 2 masters? Do you have God over here and celebrating Jesus' birth? And over on this side, you're celebrating Santa Claus, which is really comes from the devil, because devil wants to take you and take all your energy, your time and energy towards Santa Claus to deceive your children. We really shouldn't do that. And when Starlight realized she was, doing that herself, she stopped. And I had a hard time keeping up with the whole Santa Claus stuff anyway, and it caused me a lot of stress, at Christmas time, because all my, like everybody expected gifts, and it's like, you only get so much money at Burger King flipping Whoppers, so a lot of families do suffer at this time because of the holidays, and it's a really bad shame. And it is something how a lot of people get in that spirit, that Christmas spirit, but there's like like some of the people get in the spirit because of Jesus being born at that time of year, and then other people get in the spirit because of Santa Claus. But it's about giving. Is to give and to try to help people out. Like to help people, like Jesus is a gift to us. God, it's a gift to God. Jesus was a gift to us. So and I never understood, like why people were, giving me gifts. It wasn't my birthday. I'm thinking, once I realized that it was Jesus' birthday, I'm like, in the church, it is something how all these things happen is then the churches decided, hey, don't go out and spend all your money, because you're deceiving your kids about Santa Claus. They're like, hey, don't spend all your money on that, but here, bring the money in at the church, It is so weird how this happens where they're like, we want your money. Don't go out there and, celebrate Christmas because it's wrong because of Santa Claus, and you're lying to your kids, and it's a way that you're giving power over to the devil instead of power over to God, the creator of all. So the church would come in, and this is what they did with me. I got so frustrated with the whole thing. I'm like, because then they're like, well, it's Jesus' birthday. So here, bring the money to us, and then we'll take your money, and we'll give it out to the community. Well, I could do that on my own, so they just wanted more money to build up the church, to build up the name of the church, to draw more people in the church. So it is really something how all this works. So I definitely believe it's a great thing to go out, and Starlight did this today, is that they're, like I'm in this situation here. I'm living in my car. I got my first pay. This is my, look at, Starlight went and treated herself. I said, I love buying that one sweater every year. And, I wanted a purple one, but I got a pretty pink, So this is like a gift to myself, because I made it through, actually now it's 2 weeks of work, but I did get my first paycheck, and so I said, hey, I need to treat myself. I've been wearing the same sweaters over and over again because of my situation. But even though I'm in this situation, I was able to, like I was driving down the road trying to go where I needed to go, get all set up, get all dressed up for this video. And there was a homeless man on the left-hand side of me. And, I'm like, what? I'm in this situation right now, but I got some money I can hand to this man out there in the cold, so really, I really am not into the material stuff, like going out and buying stuff that you don't need, but like clothing, you need to stay warm, so it is a great time of year is to, but we should be really doing this for the right reason and not lying to our kids. And really, like I made in the other video, and I'm not going to repeat all what I said before, is, really now you're giving credit to a Santa Claus that doesn't even exist. So with all that money and all that hard work, all that overtime that you've put in, now you're going to go out and buy all those Christmas decorations, a brand new, either a live tree or a fake tree, or, all the decorations that some people, they go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff after Christmas because it's cheaper. And then you're going to give credit to the devil, really, and say, here you go, and it's something how, there's people out there celebrating because of Santa Claus, and, I cannot stand that kind of music on my radio, when it has Santa Claus stuff in there, but I have no problem when the radio is on, and, it's about Jesus being born, and what a gift, I feel free because of what Jesus done, not just for you, but for me. Would you do what Jesus did? So please think twice of what you're doing with these holidays, and don't get caught up, because this is what happens to a lot of people is, if you're going with the crowd, it does say in the Bible, the wide way is the way to destruction. So don't follow what everybody else is doing, and I can't make you do anything. I am not here to take your free will. God gave you a mind to decide on your own what is right and wrong for you in your life, but I am just here just trying to give you awareness of different things that I have learned in my life, and to wake you up to what's going on behind the curtain there. It's a big money making thing right now. But it is something, though, a lot of companies, like I just heard on the radio, where there's some companies that, they try to get people to let them know about families that really, really could use some help. But is it all because of Jesus why they're doing this, or is it because of the Santa Claus that they're trying to pull people more into going out and spending more money? And people get really ridiculous on how much money they spend on the Christmas holiday, and it's all about Santa Claus, and it is ridiculous, and they play Christmas music way ahead of time, trying to get you in that shopping mood, And it is very powerful. Everywhere you go, you hear this happy Santa Claus music and happy Christmas music, and it gets you in that shopping and that's exactly what this is all about. It's to get you in that shopping mode, where all these people are making money off of you, Think about, like, and I'm not saying you can't buy gifts for your kids, but really, who are you serving? What God are you serving? Are you serving the Antichrist, or God, the creator of all? Are you serving the devil or serving God? You can't serve two masters. That it says it in the Bible. God rather you to serve one, and you can't pick two. It doesn't work that way. You really have to pick who you believe in, and not that you don't believe that there's a devil, but who would you want to give your soul to, really? Would you want to give your soul to the devil like many have? Or would you want to, like, give your life over to God and be used in a good and a positive way to help people to break free from depression and the lies that we've been told, get people where they are free and they are abundant and rich and happy with their lives, or to be depressed and go out and, call people names and stuff like that and be rude, stealing, who do you serve? So anyway, I do have to keep this short because I do have to upload and I'm running out of time on this video. But it's all up to all of you who you serve, either the devil or God, one. You only can serve one master. So it is all up to you. I really hope you get a lot of help from this video. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy Dingman, Kathy with a K, Starlight. So also you can share my video with your family, your friend, cat, dog, bird, a crow. Oh! I'm gonna make one of those. I gotta do this one of these days. I know right where to go, but I'm gonna do a fun video for you. It's gonna have a lot of sound effects. So anyway, I do love you. So I really hope you have a great Merry Christmas, and I might have another Christmas video out for you soon. So anyway, this is Starlight. Starlight, love, light, and peace.